Gonna get the camera all synced up. Ooh, exciting. Okay, nobody get nervous. Yeah, so should I just go for it, or you got more equipment? Okay. So basically, as these physical changes are occurring and the land is kind of building, things from the ocean are able to like make their way onto land. But everything is just raw nutrients. There's no carbon cycle. There's very little nitrogen cycle, if at all. There's nitrogen in the atmosphere. It's the most abundant thing in the atmosphere, but it's not in like plant or algae usable form. But already algae in the oceans and phytoplankton and some of the primordial fungi and other creatures that are floating around in this soup, forming bigger and bigger multicellular organisms, getting more and more complex, have figured out how to kind of pull some nitrogen out of the air, and as they're collecting sunlight to make different compounds than just carbohydrates. And so the base compound for everything like algae is it's pulling carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and using the energy from sunlight to create sugar. It's, you know, smashing it together, and that's basically CO2H is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, carbohydrate. And so these chains that are kind of like the original building blocks for everything, for energy and stuff like that, it's basically all contained in these creatures in the ocean. So fungi have this really interesting ability, like us, like other animals and living organisms, unlike plants, they have digestive enzymes, and so they basically can eat through stuff. And one of the most simple examples of a higher organism that fungi has worked with or formed from is lichen. So lichen is a combination of fungus and algae. It's actually like a fungus that's kind of holding on to like balls of algae like lanterns. And they use the algae, they push all the algae to the top skin surface, or they coat the filaments of the fungus with the algae because it acts as sunscreen. And that's why you get lichens with different colors, because they, in different ways, are absorbing different patterns and creating different pigments and basically acting like a skin for the fungus underneath. And the fungus's job is to attach to the rock or the tree and to digest the material that it's on, to pull in nutrients using its enzymes, its digestive enzymes that are on the outside of its body. It's like it has a stomach on the outside. And so this ability of fungi to break down even rocks enabled them to get up onto the land and start breaking down all this initial material. So you can say they ruled the earth, in that like they were kind of like the first ones to start terraforming it. But then they were quickly followed by algae and higher level plants, and those kind of evolved into the structures like horsetails and some of these plants that we see today. And so the plants got to a certain height, and the fungi were